Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. As you're watching this video, we already know who won the election and what the results are. But as I'm filming it, it's just Tuesday, it's election day, and so I don't know for sure how it's all going to turn out. But I do know that our Torah portion this week has a really fascinating sense of how we deal with the other, with the one who is our opponent or the other side or the one whom we don't support. Our Torah portion this week is Lech Lecha, and towards the end, Ishmael is born, and then a little while afterwards, Isaac is born. And Abraham is told point blank that Isaac is the one who's going to be the favored child. And Abraham makes it clear that Isaac is the one who's going to get the blessing and everything else. But Ishmael, even though he doesn't effectively win the election, is also given a blessing and is told that he is going to be the ancestor for chieftains and for a whole nation himself. And so there's a level of respect that's given to both sons, even though our story continues on with a very clear perspective of just the one son. And I think that idea is such an important concept for us on this Shabbat after a big holiday fest, a big election, and a big divisive election at that. Whether you were for one side or the other, the election's now done. And the result is that both sides tried to do what they thought was best for the country. One side prevailed. The story going forward is going to be told from that one side's perspective. But the other side still too, and its supporters, need to be blessed. Because they too are human beings, they too are Americans, they too are people who want what's best for our country. And we may not always agree with whoever the they is or what their perspective is. And I'm sure that between all of us in our community, there are some who are on one side and some who are on the other side and some who are in the middle or in a different place altogether. The question is, can we find it in ourselves to be like Abraham, to offer blessings to both, and to recognize that both have the potential for good? That becomes what our nation needs most right now. In the days following a divisive election, our nation needs us to see that we can bless each other, that we can come together, and that we can move forward, regardless of which side won, and recognize that we're all on the same team trying to do what's best for our country. I hope you'll join us for Shabbat. This Shabbat, we're honoring those who've given even the most ultimate sacrifice. We're honoring our veterans. It happens to be Veterans Day on Friday, so we're having Shabbat services at 6, followed by a Shabbat dinner. And if you're a veteran, your dinner is free. Please let us know that you'll be coming and RSVP to the office so that we can honor you appropriately, but we're thrilled to be able to honor our veterans and honor the service that all of them have given to our nation. Saturday morning services are at 11, preceded of course by Torah study at 10 and text study at 9. Saturday evening we have the next in our film series. On Sunday morning we have our scholar series, our first speaker for the year, Dr. Joel Dimsdale, who's a psychiatrist, who has done a fascinating new book called Anatomy of Malice, where Joel went back and looked at the psychological records of the Nazi war criminals and tried to understand how their thinking came to be. And it promises to be a really fascinating experience with us. You can buy a copy of Joel's book Sunday at 11 here at the Temple. Throughout the week, all of the usual activities going on. But for now, I hope that this is a Shabbat of blessing. After all of the discord, after all of the difficulties, I hope this Shabbat gives you what this space gives, a sense of beauty, of peace, of wonder, of hope for what could yet be. And I hope most of all that we are blessed with a real sense of peace this Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom for now. Look forward to seeing you at the Temple.